So this is some big news. Man, a lot of people brought this to my attention, and hey, we're going to talk about it. It exists. So grab it while you can, is what I'm saying here. The Nintendo Switch emulator Yuzu is now on the Google Play Store, available for your compatible Android devices. And we'll get into that in a moment as far as what they say are compatible, all that good stuff. So here's the listing on Google Play. Grab it while you can, because you really never know. I kind of like how they just show some random pictures of stuff. Like, hey, they got to be careful, who knows, man? Compatibility with thousands of games, enhanced graphics, support for game modding, support for external gamepads. This was just updated today. So they have put a post on the yuzu-mu.org site, a nice little post here. Hey, users, we're not going to read through this entire thing, just get to some of the more important details. But if you want to take a look, get all the details, go ahead and jump on over here. But they now have Yuzu for Android, and they have a lot to discuss. Where do you get it? Bam, Yuzu on Google Play or early access on Google Play. So they state the GitHub releases aren't live yet, but they'll edit it, this article, and link them when they are. But they also state that this initial release, it's not going to have the parity with the desktop version. It's not going to have all the same features as of yet. Like, they're slowly going to be working on compatibility and features over time. So they state like things like multiplayer, input profiles, TAS, etc. are not yet available. They just wanted to focus on compatibility and performance. Hey, makes sense to me. So they list a lot of stuff with the development history, the expectations, and compatibility reports. What I wanted to really look at is the expectations, compatibility reports, and that kind of stuff. So a lot of information here. They show like what is this? Breath of the Wild being ran on the Galaxy S20 FE. It shows 18 FPS, but then the S23 19 FPS type of thing. But they have a lot of information at the bottom as far as compatibility and performance for different games. So we want to get down there and take a look at that. So they state that all future Yuzu development activities will account for both feature and platform compatibility for Android. So they're talking about all their releases like, hey, it's actually going to help with the Android version, the things that they do for the PC version, and so on and so forth. But here we go. Bringing Yuzu to Android. Knowing that dynamic support for ARM64 host recompilation was underway and that Vulkan support on Android would probably be better than macOS, they were optimistic about getting it working. And then they do have a few people listed here that started putting things together, figuring things out, and that's where we're at now. We've got it available. So let's get down here to where they talk about what to expect, because that's really the important thing at this moment for people, is to keep your expectations in check. Like, I'm not a big cell phone guy. I have a Google Pixel 7. I don't even know if this is compatible, man. But hey, what this brings to the future, tons of new devices that constantly come out, maybe Android boxes that are more powerful. Hey, people including this kind of stuff in builds in the future. I don't know. We'll have to see. But they state that Android is a platform that boasts huge user base, but brings with it its fair share of problems. There's a lot of hardware variations, so compatibility and performance will vary. So temper your expectations. And they would like to qualify the minimum requirements for the near future. So that's where we're at here. Hardware requirements. Yuzu requires devices powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon SoCs, which have Adreno GPUs. Devices powered by SoCs like Exynos, I don't know how to say that, MediaTek, I know MediaTek, they're expected not to work at all, at least for the near future. Also, Yuzu on Android has high RAM requirements. Therefore, fairly high-end devices provide the best experience, like 8 gigs of RAM or better. So they state Yuzu on Android ships with the ability to run custom GPU drivers, such as newer official Adreno drivers or Turnip, using Libdreno tools to improve the performance on older Snapdragon SoCs. Apart from this, there are still many more Android-specific optimizations to be done. So this could be like this is going to be a huge thing, man, over time, getting that compatibility and just the features added. So they have plenty of opportunity to improve performance, but this explains the current high minimum or system requirements. The initial release has been intentionally kept fairly minimal so that it can focus on improving performance stability. Um, Feature parity with their PC builds is something they're committed to, but expect it to happen slowly and not immediately. So, regarding software requirements, Android 11 or newer, and a myriad of mandatory Vulkan extensions that the Play Store will actually automatically check for. So, they state the best compatibility is achieved using Adreno 600 series GPUs running the Mesa Turnip drivers. So let's take a look at this chart they have here. Some performance numbers between two devices. It looks like the Samsung Galaxy S23 and the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G with Mesa Turnip. So the 20 FE is blue, the 23 is orange. So some popular games here, looking like Skyward Sword HD. It's at 60 FPS on both. Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, the S23 at 60 FPS. The S20 FE is sitting at, what was that, 30 FPS. Breath of the Wild, the popular one, we already saw how they showed between the two where it was like 19 and like 17 or 18 or so. So there's that. But some decent looking performance as far as FPS goes for some popular games. But temper those expectations, right? They say cooling is an important factor for performance as well. They tested several devices, and while a gaming orientated Red Magic 8 Pro had no problems keeping its clock speeds high and temperatures low, a regular Samsung Galaxy S23, on the other hand, is a boiling machine, climbing to 90 degrees Celsius in seconds. Overheating leads to thermal throttling, resulting in a 30 to 50% performance loss over time. So this is the one few times when gamer gimmick marketing isn't lying. Isn't lying. RAM is crucial though. 8 gigs or more. Big emphasis on more. Absolute minimum is 6 gigs. But this will lead to many resource-intensive games crashing. Tears of the Kingdom requires 12 gigs. Holy crap. Wow. So they do have a setup guide if you want to take a look. And then here's the in conclusion. So they have a lot of different games listed here with the FPS overlay and the device listed as well. So you could take a look at that. But keep in mind, it's all going to be based on the device you're using, the proper, GPU driver, that kind of thing. Your mileage may vary, but hey, this is exciting in my opinion. It's kind of crazy how quick this stuff has happened with the Switch, currently being on the market. But I think it's good for the future. It's very innovative, if you ask me. Like, hey, even if you don't utilize this now, it may benefit you in the future. That's the way I'm looking at it. Great. Let me know what you guys think. I thought this was really cool and worth bringing up. Let you guys know about it. Like, hey, act now, right? And check this stuff out. But thanks for hanging. Catch you on the next one. Bye.